The Pittsburgh Steelers are currently set to play the Houston Texans. Most likely scenario is that the Pittsburgh Steelers do play the Houston Texans. Now, if Cincinnati beats or loses to Denver and the Chargers beat the Patriots, the Steelers could fall all the way to the 7th seed if they lose to the Bengals in week 18. But most likely scenario is the Pittsburgh Steelers beat the Houston Texans, which if you're going to find a silver lining right now, it is the fact that, yeah, the Steelers stink. They look really bad, and they do not look like a team that is a Super Bowl contender, even in the slightest. But they didn't lose 31-2 to the Baltimore Ravens, and they definitely look like a better football team than the Houston Texans. So I'll ask you, if the Steelers play the Houston Texans in the first round of the playoffs and they win, and everybody else watching, you could make your thoughts known in the chat, please. Is that a win? Is that the Steelers did it? They broke the playoff drought finally. Or is it the Steelers beat a bad football team in the playoffs? Nobody cares.
I think for casual fans, it'll be a win because they will be like, well, it's our first playoff win since whatever year. That's great. Since 2016, that's great. For anybody that's been paying close attention, which I know a lot of the fan base does, they're going to say, what did you do after that? Because what you did before that was enough to say this playoff win means very little if you follow it up by getting killed 29-10 or worse at Arrowhead, which is probably where you're going to end up if you end up beating the Houston Texans, is rematching Patrick Mahomes after a week off in the playoffs. So what happens after that and what happens before that? If they go out there and they barely squeak by the Bengals, they're going to need much more than a playoff win to save face for this season. If they win in Houston, it'll be a nice story. Mike Tomlin finally got back in the winning ways. But if you follow it up by getting crushed and having no shot against the Chiefs, where it shows you exactly how far off they still are, it's going to be the same exact thing, which is, well, you got the playoff win, but how much further ahead are you than you were last season when you almost made it a game against the Buffalo Bills?
I agree. What would you rather have? Would you rather have a playoff win over the Houston Texans where it gives you excuses, because that's what will come with this, are excuses? Or would you rather have one more year of just like really tough pain to say, okay, well, a lot of things need to change, and this has to be the force behind that change, starting at quarterback and every other position, and the way that things go about it, and maybe some coordinators and coaches in the meantime. Who knows? But you win a playoff game, that's the excuse. Excuse is there. Art Rooney's talking about how the Steelers won a playoff game when I meet with him, when everybody else meets with them at the end of the season. Mike Tomlin's talking about how it's not enough, but, we got places. We took a step forward. Players are talking about next season and how this is a launching pad when we all know it's not. Or you suffer through some pain. You look at it and go, damn it. Again, this sucks. You get super, because that's what will come. The fan base would be furious. And it forces more change for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Jingle bells, jingle all the way to my partners at DraftKings. The holidays are finally here, and my partners at DraftKings have the perfect gift for you. Right now, all new DraftKings customers who bet just $5 will get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Just download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and sign up using my promo code ALLSteelers. The crown is yours. That's right. New customers get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins after betting just $5. And don't forget to stay in the action and use your $150 in bonus bets on DraftKings same game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. Combine multiple bets together from the same game. I do it all the time. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings daily fantasy and have the shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use my promo code ALLSteelers and bet just $5 on any wager and get $150 in bonus bets if you win. That's promo code ALLSteelers only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
For the simple fact that even if they lose in the first round, nothing will change. Like, they can say it all they want, nothing significant will change. There's not going to be massive repercussions to another first round exit, I would much rather see this fan base get to experience a playoff win for the first time in almost a decade. I would much rather watch these fans enjoy a victory over Houston and that little glimmer of hope in January that has been avoiding them since we were sophomores in college. So I think that if it was different, if it was a different organization and you knew, hey, another first round loss would actually spark some change, then I would probably say, yeah, it's probably best for the future of the organization. But I just don't see that happening. So I'd rather see the fan base get to experience a playoff win for once.
I agree, because I love all you guys, and I hope everybody gets to like really embrace it if it does happen. I also think that change could happen. And not Mike Tomlin level change, obviously, but I'm talking lower level change. You get rid of it forces you to move on from the guys that like we could see clear as day should not be here. Maybe I'm not talking Arthur Smith or TA, although maybe, but TA just signed an extension. I'm talking Cordero Patterson's and the no wide receiver behind George Pickens. Like the really need to figure out the offensive line. There's no more excuses with the offensive line. I think those changes could come with another first round exit. And I only say that because I think that would piss Art Rooney off to the point where last year you saw it, and we all saw it. Like there was change. That was Mike Tomlin. That was Art Rooney sitting him down saying, "Look, dude, figure it out. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. Figure it out." And then trusting Mike Tomlin and Omar Khan to figure it out. I think that tension grows even higher this year if it happens again, and it forces you to stop putting Band-Aids and maybe change the way that you go about some things if you are Mike Tomlin. Does it force like superior level in a normal organization? If you lose 7 playoff games in a row, you fire everybody? No, this is the Pittsburgh Steelers. But I do think that it kind of makes Mike Tomlin's seat warm in a degree where he's not hot. This is not a losing your job warm. It's more of a, you have to figure this out. There are no more excuses. You need to figure this out. And I think that could come. That being said, I would love the joy of a playoff win. I would love the Steelers to turn this around and for everybody to figure this out and for the Steelers to win multiple playoff wins. But it feels as if it's almost playing with like, what would you rather, get punched in the gut or the face? Like what are you're playing with fire here, and you're going to get burned, no matter what it is. It's not fun.
Yeah. For an organization that always preaches that we want to kind of let the standard be championships, arguing whether or not one playoff win is enough to placate the fan base is not somewhere you want to be with 1 week to go in the season.
No, especially after 12 days ago, we're talking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
12 days ago, we're talking Super Bowl. It's a tough time for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But again, 1 week could change a lot.